What's up out there? Welcome back to Melvor Idle Hardcore Gen 2 episode 18. In the last episode, I was yelling about storage space, which I have now cleaned a lot out. The first thing I started to do was basically just trying to burn away gear or burn away whatever I had left over. Shields or daggers or whatever. So I went into summoning and I just went bananas on that. Created a bunch of the Minotaur tablets, a bunch of the Golden Thief. I have a million Golden Thief tablets. Let's see, what else did I do? Do a little bit of the Cyclops ones with my Slayer coin. I burned that off. And then a bunch of these yaks. So I have an absolute ton of tablets now. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to gear up to do the tablets, then I need to go get some of the Necromancer gear. If you go in here to Slayer, it costs a pretty penny. Like there's 100,000 coin there. I think it's like $1.5 million Slayer coin you need to buy this. So I started gearing up to do combat briefly because I thought, well, I'll just go make the money for this. But it turned out it was taking a little bit longer than I wanted. I did manage to get the Necromancer hat. So I was getting a little bit of the bonuses there for the extra tablet creation and a little bit of the, I guess I don't need the XP anymore, but I was getting some of the tablet creation. I was kind of iffy on this Necromancer gear for a while, but if you're going to do summoning, I really like that Necro gear. The Crown of Relics is really cool and everything for item preservation, but I think that Necro gear really sells it. You get so many more tablets. I don't know if it's a toss-up between... I don't know how much the ratio of difference between having the Necro gear versus having the item preservation is, but you get so many tablets out of it. Visually, it seems like you're getting a lot more tablets than you would out of the item preservation. And I've got pretty decent numbers there. Nice. So, did a little bit of summoning. I was cleaning some stuff out. I fletched up some bolts. I started working on... Let's see, what did I do? The emeralds. I was cruising along on those. I eventually ran out of the headless bolts or got down to like one or two and sold those off. So I need to craft some more of those up. So I've still got, thousands of other, but I also have a massive ton of bolts already built. So I don't really need to go into that yet. Let's see. I thought, you know what? I want to go in and try some cooking out. So I went ahead and got the furnace and the cooking pot. For the most part, I went into thieving because this is a hardcore count. I'm trying to get completion done. I went into, was it the Marauder? No, who was it? One of these guys. Maybe it was the Cyclops. Yeah, it was the Cyclops or the Troll. I thought one of these, somebody did. Now I'm lost. Somebody in here had stuff you could steal. The miner? Was it him? No, he gives you raw ore. Well, now merchant. Maybe it was the merchant. No, god damn it. Totally not finding who I'm looking for here. Golben? Yeah, there we go. So, you can get copper and tin ore from here, which gives you the ability to smith this up if you want, or you get straight up bronze bars, normal logs, and oak logs, which I think is everything you needed to get that. So basically, I let this thing run on thieving for a little while on the Golben, and got up enough to buy the first one or two cooking things, and then I did eventually need to go into a little bit of wood cutting and a little bit of smithing, but I wanted to try out the thieving just to see how fast I could get the thing, how lucrative that is. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as straight up wood cutting, mining, and smithing is, because you can get those done a lot faster, a lot more bonuses, and a lot less random because you can pick exactly what you're getting. But I was curious how much you could get from thieving to do this. And this actually went surprisingly well. Like you could sit down and just thieve your way into these pretty easily. I sat down with this. I thought I did some of the perfect stuff. Not as much. I guess that was my standard account. Eventually I need to get all these items filled in. I started looking at doing some of that and it got a little tedious. So I don't know, got kind of boring on that, but I do need to run through all these and get all my items picked up at some point, get my items completion done. But I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? This is not progressing as fast as I wanted it to. I wanted a much higher return ratio than I was getting. Like I do want to do this as completion. And I know that's gonna I've been working on my standard account for almost a year, so I know this is gonna take a while to get the all the masteries done. There's a lot more bonuses, like there's a lot more skills now. Agility has a lot more bonuses. There's a lot more stuff for summoning, things that help you. These skill upgrades didn't exist when I started playing under my standard account, so that year is probably going to be cut off considerably. But this thing runs in the background. So I thought, you know what? The most bang for my buck right now is trying to get the skill cape, the max skill cape. Trying to go get where's it at? This thing right here. And you have to have 99 in all your skills, which that became my next priority. The more I looked at it, the more I was like, you know what? I just need to get all of this stuff up to 99 because that would allow me to ditch all of these skill capes. And I think I mentioned that probably in the last video. I know I'd really like to get these interval bonuses, but they're so far away and I may as well go get the skill cape anyway because I'm going to have to load up on gear. I'm going to have to fill up inventory spaces with extra gear and crap. Like all this stuff here and here both are just basically going to get taken off and put back into the bank. So all the space I freed up is now going to go away. So I thought, you know what? Remember how I said crafting would be my last skill that I raised? Yeah, well, I lied. The old commando line there. Yeah, I started working on crafting. I was like, you know what? I need to sell off a whole bunch of stuff. I kind of screwed myself in a way. I actually don't have anything to plant here. I kept the Baronto, but I didn't keep any trees or the allotments. So that stuff's all gone. I got pretty ruthless on cleaning this out. I basically just sold anything that, I had all the arrow pieces, the headless shafts and everything, and the, whatever those were called, the, oh God, headless arrows. I had 750,000 of them or something like that. I just sold them. I've sold pretty much everything I could, any dead weight, all the trees I had. I figure, you know what, this is an idle game. I can get all that stuff back, especially if I get the interval reductions in here. I kept these still. Maybe someday I'll ditch those too, not sure. But I'm definitely going to need them with magic, so I'm going to hang on to them for now. As far as this stuff goes, I'm getting rid of those apples there. But like the Baronto, that's a chunk of money just sitting there if I need it. Diamond luck potions and stuff like that. I kept that for those. The pigtail, I can't remember why I was keeping the pigtail. But gear-wise, I got rid of some of this stuff. I thought about ditching some of these skill capes, but I'm going to need some. And I've got some room right now, so I thought that was cool. If I didn't mention it, I went ahead and got this Slayer's crossbow. I thieved one up and put that together. And I've slowly been working through some of these. I have all those crafting potions I've been working on just to get this thing leveled up. I may sell those when I'm done. But then I have a whole bunch of other stuff in here like magic assistance. This is another magic damage one. These will be great for starting out and working my way up. Same thing with this melee accuracy. I just kind of been burning potions as I do things in the background. Let's see, what else did I get rid of? I think I might have had some extra rings and stuff I got rid of. And definitely got rid of all my seeds. So I basically have pretty much nothing left. But the core stuff that I would keep, ammo and things like that, which some of this could go away too, I suppose. Depends on how hard up I get for space. A couple more spots here that'll free up, So I just pretty much got completely ruthless with deleting stuff. selling it all off, cleaning out as much inventory space as possible. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have all those stacks of trees and everything ready to go, but if I'm not going to be burning through that stuff immediately, I think it's a waste of time to hold on to it. Because I think what I would probably do is I would get all the way through the Fire God dungeon, because that gives me all of these give you all the interval stuff. And before I ever do Into the Mist, I think I want to get all of these done and then get all of my mastery work done down here. Because if I lose this character on Into the Mist, that's going to be tough. And you have to beat Into the Mist several times. I think it's like 5 times. I've only beat it once on my standard account, so I only know that much of it. And you get better gear, you get better stuff on the other end of it, so, that's cool and all. But there's a lot of chance of losing this character, and I think, I'm trying to go for some Steam achievements, getting some of these things done before trying some of the harder dungeons or Into the Mist would be fantastic, because then I can get those achievements done. That's kind of where I'm going with the whole thing. So that's pretty much everything I've done. You can see I'm working on crafting. Basically, you can tell what I started off with. I did gloves. I did another little experiment because I was kind of curious. I bought a stack of 10,000 leather and just let it run on these leather gloves. Probably not the most expedient way of doing things, but I was curious how far 10,000 leather gloves would get with the Crown of Ralix, the fire-making skill cape, and the Ancient Ring of Skills. I don't think any of the rest of this stuff does a whole lot for me, so it's just there. But these 3 things, is mainly the fire-making skill cape and the Ancient Ring of Skills, to push that the skill XP. Of course, my agility is set for, let's see here. There's a little bit of resource preservation. I got this obstacle here for global skill. The mastery stuff is set. So there's a little bit of, let's see, double items down here. 10% preserve resources. Another 10% preserve resources. So there's a little bit of assistance in there. But I basically got up to level 57. Is that right? I got this thing up to level 57 by just burning leather gloves. Like, it was really noticeably slowing down. And I think it ran for, say, the day. Not overnight, not like a 24-hour period, but just a 12-hour day, 8 to 12-hour day, something like that, to get there, which I didn't think was too bad. Then I switched over to the blue van braces, because these took a single piece, and I let those crank along until I let those crank up until I could do the blue dragon hide. Then I started working on the dragon hide until I got the red dragon hide. And once this thing unlocked, I let it go. This gives you really good XP. Like the van braces are 50 or 80 or whatever XP. This is like 207, so it goes up considerably. So I switched over to all that and let that run. I'm going to let this thing finish off and hit 99, and then I am done with this skill, and I don't ever have to look at it again until we start doing the mastery stuff on it. I'd like to have that interval reduction, because it was so easy to get, quote unquote, so easy. It's like the very first one. But to go beat that God dungeon and to do everything I need to do to get there and beat it comfortably is going to take a while. And if I'm going to gear up for combat, and if I'm going to go into that dungeon, then I need to redo all my agility stuff. And if I'm going to do all my agility stuff, then, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of feeds back on itself. So I thought, while I've got everything set up now for the way it's set up, I'm going to go through and do this crafting and get this knocked out. I've only been working on this for this 3rd day now? 2nd day? I don't remember. Started the other day, I guess. It ran all day yesterday, and now it's running today. So hopefully by the end of today, maybe early tomorrow, this will be done. And then I'm going to start working on combat. And to gear up for combat, that means I need to change my agility stuff over, make this the maximum combat ready I can. It's going to be changing my pillar, so I'm going to lose 10 inventory spots. I may have to get more ruthless and sell more stuff off. We will see on that. I do have all 3 inventory spots. I'm pretty well set to go forward. I just need to retool everything. So I may have to do some more work, and probably by the next video, I'm going to be in combat doing things, I think. If everything plays out, that's where we're headed. But at any rate, that is going to do it for this episode. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.